In yesterday's presentation, because of time constraints, I was unable to talk through the S3 criteria. So I've just uploaded this video so that that information is available to people who would like to access it. I think the S3 criteria is probably one of the easiest for students to achieve, but it is also one that has a few little tricks to it because we want students to be writing, particularly at that high level, in a really research-centric manner. So they're using vocabulary that is actually appropriate. So when you're setting up the language that your student is going to use, please encourage them to be meeting the accessible criteria. So when you're giving subheadings, making sure that these subheadings actually guide the student against the criteria and don't lead them down the garden path, because the language that they use in response to your scaffold is really, really important. So drawing on Tracy Dorian's amazing intellect, the easiest way to get students to write better is to give them the tools to write with creativity and with purpose. So something as simple as thesaurus.com is a really good place for them to actually get language. The other thing is, actually getting these words out and creating a vocab list and talking about their meaning and showing them that there are, shades of appropriateness for language in evaluation. I think one of the big things about the whole bit that I was talking about in the evaluation session was that we don't want our students to just do the research project, and the S3 criteria is part of that. We must teach them the actual language to be using, because we know what happens if we assume that we have students who can write with the judgment and evaluation. It's actually much more complex than we anticipate. And then when you start to put in comparative language for that upper level, it just makes things a lot trickier. So thank you, and hopefully these have been useful.